The Battle of Atlantic. The Battle of Atlantic was the longest battle of World War II. It was a battle which happened on sea. It started when Britain declared war and finally ended when Germany surrendered in 1945. In need of support, Britain reached out to the U.S. Winston Churchill said, "Everything elsewhere on land, on sea, and on air depended on the outcome of this battle." Despite being neutral, the U.S. assisted its ally by sending 50 destroyers in exchange for the use of British Navy bases in the Caribbean. The U.S. also agreed to give escort vessels. Part of the reason the American president, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, agreed to this was because he wanted experience for his young Navy. However, the 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor forced the United States into the war. Soon after the United States declaring war, German U-boats destroyed over 1,000 Allied ships. To counter this, the U.S. used a convoy system in which all ships that were crossing the Atlantic were escorted by destroyers. This plan had huge success. By 1943, more U-boats were destroyed than Allied ships. These escort boats were called Flower-class corvettes. The Flower-class corvettes of the Allied Army were responsible for destroying 43 German ships and 4 Italian submarines.
Stalingrad. A battle on the Eastern Front happened in Stalingrad, Russia, from August 1942 to February 1943. It is still the bloodiest battle in the history of the world. Stalingrad was a major city in the Soviet Union. Capturing it would cut the transport from southern Russia. Hitler wished to cut transportation from the south of Russia, so he created Fa-Blau. Fa-Blau is a plan to destroy the moral, excuse the interruption, of the Russians and hopefully lead to the fall of Russia. It would also allow Hitler to access all the region's economic resources.
In an attempt to eliminate the South, all in one blow, Hitler changed his original plan and sent half his army to Caucasus and the other half to stay in Stalingrad. The separation of the forces put extreme pressure on the already strained transportation system. This strain delayed the Axis troops and allowed Stalin to form a major army in Stalingrad. In July 1942, Stalin told his troops in Stalingrad to not take one step back. Stalin also refused to evacuate citizens because he felt the army would fight harder knowing they were defending citizens. Halfway to November, Hitler's men were running short. After a long-fought, bloody battle, the Soviet Union had won. This victory was a great humiliation to Hitler and all the Nazis. This battle was a major turning point in World War II. Now, most of Hitler's generals had mixed feelings on his rule. This was the bloodiest battle ever. Many people died in this battle. Over 1 million.